tight, we're alright. It's just thunder tonight. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh.
Hello guys! I decided to make a short little wrap-up or review of my first powerlifting meet because I didn't really give my personal feedback and opinions on how it went. So let's get started. There was 3 people competing in my weight class and I took first place out of 3. But I don't really feel like bragging about winning because 2 other guys were juniors under 18 years old, so I'm just looking at it from a personal perspective to see how I performed personally, and I'm quite happy about that. So as you might have seen, I failed my first opener on squats due to downward movement of the bar, and I'm not sure what happened really there on that opener. I suppose that my nervousness might have something to do with it, and somehow the belt felt a bit off as well, so I lost my balance forward a bit and the bar dipped a little bit. That's why I got red lighted, and I decided to keep the same weight because the first thing I didn't want to do was to bomb out of my first meet, so I really wanted to hit a good lift. So I went with 165 again, and that went up much better. It felt a bit unstable as well, but then somehow on my third attempt I made a bigger jump. My plan was to go 165, 175, 177.5 and then 185 or 187.5. So I decided to make somewhat of a safe third to build my total. I was kind of sure I will get that, so I got it, and it looked like a second attempt looked like. So I would say I have had almost around 10 kilos more, to be honest, on my squats. And if you compare 180 in the gym a few weeks before and 180 at competition, they look like 2 complete different lifts. So my peak went really well, and or I was really hyped up in the competition setting. So that was for the squats. And for the bench, open with 117.5, which also was a very conservative number. I went very conservative with all my openers, actually, because it was my first meet, and I smoked that first attempt. So I made a bigger jump to my second, 127.5, and that was quite like planned, and that felt very easy too. So I made a jump to 132.5, and as you see by the footage, it looked quite easy. So I would say I have 2.5 more, and at least for me, I know all my bench maxes look quite fast because I'm quite explosive, and when I fail, the reps usually stop from nowhere. So also way better speed and form if you compare to my 130 a few months ago in my home gym. So very happy about that. And for deadlifts, I opened with 180, also very conservative because that really flew up. So I made a bigger jump to my second attempt, 195, which also felt quite easy. So I might have went with conservatively again on my third, so I went with 205. I felt that I was quite sure I would get that, so basically anything after that was a personal best at this body weight, so. And the 205 also looked quite smooth, so. Now, hindsight, I would say I have 5 kilo more on the deadlift. I ended up with a 517.5 kilo total, which is not that bad for first meet at 74 kilos. And all in all, I'm quite happy. Went 8 for 9. I most likely would have went 9 for 9 if I wouldn't have lost my balance on that first attempt. And also got 5 kilo more on my total. But yeah, now I have a starting point to work off of. I qualified for nationals in March, which is quite far away, but not 100% sure if I will go yet, but looks like so. So I'm preparing for competing at nationals. That's like 5 months out or something like that. 4.5. Also, some inside information. I weighed in at 73.90 kilos, and I brought my own scale because last time when I had my first unofficial bench competition, I weighed myself on my scale right before weigh-ins at that time to see how much my scale differs from the calibrated competition weigh-in scale. I actually slept at a friend's place who lives half an hour drive from the competition, so brought my scale there and weighed myself to see, and I weighed exactly as much as I could weigh when I weighed myself. So after that was just to take care of some business, and then made my weight. So all in all, I'm very happy with my first competition experience. Very fun time, and now just to move forward and keep working over that. I will of course stay in the 74 kilo class. My plan is to be in a slight calorie surplus for a few months and then keep my weight in check before the competition. So hopefully we'll be getting stronger until then. And I know it's gonna be a lot harder competition at the national level, of course, so not expecting any medals because I've looked up some results from the last few years, and to get a medal or top 3 usually have to total over 600 in my class, so that's still a long way to go. But yeah, stay tuned for my next video and make some gains.
Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories.